So, the Sheryl Swoopes situation. At this stage, I've been saying that this has been paying my mortgage, which it has been. These views are crazy. These are absolutely crazy. I've been talking about it paying my damn mortgage over the last while. I think I could be wrong with this. It might not just be paying my mortgage. It might be buying me a second house at this rate if this drama keeps going on. And you guys seem to be enjoying it, so subscribe. We're trying to hit 31.4k by the end of the day, and we are 27 off. And Sheryl Swoopes has responded to Nancy Lieberman. And now this is where it gets spicy. This is where it now becomes hearsay, becomes he said, she said. And Sheryl Swoopes, and this is what Nancy Lieberman basically said. She called Sheryl Swoopes as a friend, and that Sheryl Swoopes basically to say, you need to get ahead of this. You need to publicly just mention that you got some like stats wrong for Caitlin Clark, and people will forget about it. And Sheryl Swoopes got angry on the phone and hasn't spoken to her since. And she said, "Now here you go. I get what you're trying to do with your boy Stephen A. Smith, but it ain't working. You know good and well what happened, and ditto. My life is good without you two and him. You want to go there." Like, Stephen A. Smith, again, decided to triple down on his criticism of Sheryl Swoopes. And bring on Nancy Lieberman, who is a legend of a comparable level to Sheryl Swoopes as well. So you can't even say that, oh, he's going at a legend. Nancy is a legend of a comparable level. Probably not maybe as known as Sheryl Swoopes, but a legend of a comparable level. Sheryl Swoopes is really crashing out hard. Who's D-Wash? No idea who that is. But digging might reach China at this rate. Nobody seems to be taking this. You're going out sad. This is ridiculous. Come on. Put down your pride and just embrace the next generation. Your pettiness only makes you look bad. She is this is a crash out. Honestly, this is a social media crash out. Imagine losing everything, your legacy, career, everything, all because I'm not gonna go that far. Not gonna lie, this time mindset the U and OG fans have is what the league couldn't grow for years, and what's happening. One of the most odd and sad interactions I've seen in sports. Cheryl, not sure why you hate Caitlin Clark so much. And by the way, the only the worst person in all of this whole thing is her, because she's getting blamed for everything. She's getting blamed for all of this because there are still delusional. And by the way, the delusional Caitlin Clark fans that thought that 10 games ago she was the unquestioned best player in the world. I can't even call it delusional anymore. The people that everyone was saying were delusional Caitlin Clark fans. I'm sorry, there are plenty of delusional Sheryl Swoopes fans that will go and blame this 22-year-old for Stephen A. Smith. So it's like Stephen A. Smith decides to call out Sheryl Swoopes, and then Sheryl Swoopes calls out Stephen A. Smith, and Stephen A. Smith will never back down in an argument. He just won't. And he brings on Nancy Lieberman as well to talk about this, who is obviously talking about Sheryl Swoopes and just talking about the WNBA as a whole. But the delusional Sheryl Swoopes fans, and I don't even think there are delusional Sheryl Swoopes fans. I think they're delusional Caitlin Clark haters. I think that is the same group. And by the way, I don't even think half of the Angel Reese fans are Angel Reese fans. I think they're just Caitlin Clark haters. I think they are. And if you are, I know, not for a fact, but it's almost a given that year one, what's her name, that Angel Reese promoted was just going and unfollowing, was going and blocking every single person that said Caitlin Clark was Rookie of the Year. I'm pretty sure people were saying it's like a correlation that if you tweeted Caitlin Clark is Rookie of the Year, she would type Caitlin Clark Rookie of the Year and block every single person that would say it, and is getting promoted by Angel Reese herself. So it's like, there are delusional fans on every side, but you can see this. If she wants to worship CC, that's on her. And she's not even worshiping Caitlin Clark as a person. She's just well, you just embrace it, because if you embrace this, your checks are going to you're going to become multimillionaires if you just embrace this. All she said was to not make up fake stats. Nancy's acting like she's friends with Cheryl, but up here talking to Stephen A. about a private conversation she had with Cheryl. Sheryl Swoopes literally shared a private conversation today. Keep the conversation if they're friends. They are not friends anymore, so don't frame it like that. Starting to think Nancy just explained that their friendship ended over a 22-year-old rookie that did nothing. like you can see, there is a level of delusion when it comes to these fans. Sheryl Swoopes, like, this is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. Like, bow to Karen Clark. Like, what the hell? What the hell? That's what I mean. What the hell has Caitlin Clark done? I'm sorry, what the hell? Like, this is where it becomes a level of, like, delusion. Where it's like, what the hell has she done except play basketball better than everyone bar maybe 3 people? Since February of this year. When Sheryl Swoopes first made those comments. That's all she's done. She just plays basketball. She just plays basketball. She publicly defended Kennedy Carter. Like, come on now. Come on. Caitlin Clark publicly defended Kennedy Carter. It is... like, it is what it is. It is what it is. But yeah, Sheryl Swoopes is crashing out harder than I think anyone expected her to. And like I said, Sheryl Swoopes was very close to pulling a Paul Pierce. No longer is it called pulling a Paul Pierce, it's pulling a Sheryl Swoopes. I've never seen one of the greatest players of all time crash out so hard that their legacy's gone. Like, for people being like, oh, you can't question her as a player. No, Sheryl Swoopes is one of the greatest players of all time. She's what, a 4-time champion, 3-time MVP? There's not that many people that can say that. She's one of the all-time greatest players of all time. But her legacy is this. This is her legacy. And it is what it is. That is... that's the problem. Like, that is her legacy. And it doesn't really matter. Some people will remember her as a player. Some people will remember learning about Sheryl Swoopes when they were in the name of basketball. She was almost a household name. She probably is a household name, which is why it is such a big surprise. But you can tarnish your legacy very, very quickly. You can. Like, there are players that have been really good players in their own right, but tarnished their legacy as coaches. Like, George Karl was a great coach in his own right. He tarnished his legacy with that book. Obviously, look, there were like rumblings of him not being a great person before that, but he really tarnished his legacy with that book. Any player, any coach, anybody in this can tarnish their legacy at any given time. And this crash out by Sheryl Swoopes is like, it's bad. It's just a bad look. And look, unless Nancy Lieberman is completely lying and it becomes he said, she said, but like, when you've got a person who is known for lying, like, you're more likely to believe the person who has no track record, public track record of at least lying in recent times versus someone who does. They're not going to be believed as much. Either way, this drama is probably far from finished, and man, at this rate, I might be able to pay off my mortgage by the end of the month and get a new house with the amount of people that are watching for this stuff. Anyway, that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully, basketball talk will start again tomorrow. Please like, comment, and subscribe.